This is going to take some practice.
So always with the kazoo, you hum, and then.
Yes, so on a play date with Katy BEE, I'm learning to play the kazoo. And so there's something magical when you hum, right? You're having those like throat chakra vibrations.
That's right.
Yeah.
All the way up to here.
All the way up to here. And then the kazoo just amplifies it, I've learned.
That's right. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why do you choose to hand out kazoos to everyone that you meet?
Oh, I don't know. Because I find that it instantly changes people into being able to smile. It's something they haven't seen since they were young, especially if they're adults. If they're young, they don't know what it is and maybe haven't dealt with it. 20-year-olds have dealt with it. I have definitely seen a lot of 20-year-olds go, kazoos!
And it's just a funny word to say, right? Kazoo! I love it. What an easy prop it is to be able to give to someone and have them play for a little bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you're just tuning in, I'm just having an impromptu live because that's what I do best. I just go live when I feel like it. And Katy BEE is a special visitor for me because she is my best friend from Humor Academy. Yes, I have gone to school for humor. Who knew that there was such a thing? And it's all made possible from AATH, the Association for Applied Therapeutic Humor. And my very first conference happened to be in Orlando right around the same time last year. And so that's why I've got the Mickey Mouse ears on. I picked these up when I was in Orlando. And in 2 weeks' time, I'll be heading off to the new Humor Conference location, which is in Mesa, Arizona. Super excited for that because I love meeting people in hashtag IRL in real life. And so I've got 2 appointments lined up. Big shout out to Bonnie Stevens and to Tisha Marie Pelletier, who I can't wait to give big hugs to when I'm in Arizona for the first time. And Katy, I was just telling them about our fun hats because I got these in Orlando, and that's when I first met you too. And we had just started our first day of class of Humor Academy.
That's right. I got this hat from a harvest host while on the tour of joy. She made it while I was at her house.
Excellent. And I love the hard glasses. So you're someone
Kathy Grippy.
So they're a different version of heart glasses. They're not like mine, but I love seeing them on people. And surprise, surprise, green group and gold group, I've got heart glasses for you too. So we will be looking very stylish when we show up at the conference. And what a year it's been. This has been an incredible year studying humor, being with the amazing cohort. We had classes online. And what made it even more special is that, Kate and I have taken our collaboration even further to be able to meet up in person and to help each other out with our projects. So I really have taken on live streaming by storm. It's one of the things that I wanted to implement right after the AATH conference and being able to start my Get You Happy On podcast. And Katy, like you are doing this amazing tour of joy. It's so incredible to see how it's all unfolding for you.
Yeah, this has been in just an incredible few months, but really a year and a half. I've been on the road experimenting with this idea, and it just really seems to change the way people experience their day, their moment. It's really, really interesting as an experiment, and it's working. Absolutely. And you've been a witness.
I have been a witness twice now. So it's a joy and an honor to be a witness with you. She just keeps popping up. That's how energetic she is. And so it's been such a joy to be a part of the Tour of Joy and to actually have a part in how Katy is designing the program and experience for so many people. And she's going to be able to present it on stage at a humor conference. So if this is the first time you're hearing about AATH, I encourage you to visit their website, aath.org. And it's an amazing nonprofit organization. They've been around for, 3 decades. And they have an interesting history. I mean, they started out as an association for clown nurses or clown doctors.
Nurses.
And who wanted to infuse maybe some humor in
And
working with
also
patients
deal with their own situation.
and deal with their own stressful situations. Yes, because as we can see, the nursing profession undergoes many, many changes and stressful moments as well.
Oh yeah.
So over the years, though, I mean, the organization has not only people from the medical community, but educators, professional leaders, business leaders, and just about any discipline out there
Yep.
requires a dose of humor. So you can have an impact in leadership, in your speaking and business, just by learning how important it is to understand your humor persona. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned from the Humor Academy is, understanding the foundations of humor, the philosophy, and then having an awareness of my own persona and recognizing different humor personas of other people and knowing when humor is appropriate or not appropriate, right, in many situations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I love the quote that we came across that, humor can be the shortest distance between two people.
Yes.
It really does bridge that gap,
Yes.
especially amongst new people.
Absolutely. And bonding through humor is faster than anything else. Finding connection and levity is just a huge goal in life that I think everyone should have.
And joy, I'm coming to discover from watching you, is like our right. We have a right to joy.
Oh yeah.
Make a joyful noise, it says
Right.
in the Bible. So that's where the kazoo comes in. And joy is inside of us. It's inside of you. You can tap into that as a resource. It doesn't have to come from outside at all. Again, joy is your right. Love this mission that Katy is bringing forth with her now Joy Mobile and having a tour of joy. And I'm so happy to see that she's making a comeback tour in Jacksonville. Just right before the Christmas holiday, she came to visit me for the first time.
And I keep coming back.
And she keeps coming back. I must be a great host,
Definitely.
And so I just love that, I've gotten to witness even further this development of how you're bringing about this experience. So the first time around, we went to the Van Gogh immersive experience and we were just out in the community and creating spontaneous moments of joy, giving out these clapping ovations. We had these clappers and we gave clapping ovations to all the people that we met, the service workers, administrators, etc.
Grocery workers.
Yep.
Postal workers, you name it. If they weren't given enough recognition for what they did to get through COVID, we tried to give more. And we're still trying to give more recognition just for being alive, just for making it to this point. And you know what? Even if you passed, we'll still give you recognition.
So it came from very spontaneous moments and conducting these surveys out in the public and being in the community. To this time around, I said, you know what? I really would love to observe how to introduce joy in a respectful manner, especially if you have someone that's going through a tough time, perhaps a somber period. And this came up because one of my neighbors, her mother had passed away just right before Easter. And I knew Katy was coming to town. So, I approached Katy. Katy, is it possible that we could offer a moment of joy as a way of comfort and solace to someone who's grieving? So we were able to set up an appointment with my neighbor just now, and that's where we came from. And I can't tell you how fulfilling that was for me to be a part of. Number one, just to be with someone, not having to, what is it, like, give them some sort of compliment or, those like often tried phrases you have to say, you hear all the time.
Right.
Right?
Do
Like,
something different.
do something different, not something like, oh, like they're in a better place or something like that. Like I just knew like I wanted to create something that would, because that was going to be memorable and help maybe to uplift their mood versus saying the same old sayings all the time.
Right.
And I'm really thankful for the relationship I have with my neighbor that she trusted us.
Yes.
She's never met Katy before.
That's right. A new girl.
The new girl, indeed. And so she was able to have that trust with us, with both of us, and allow us to come in. And it was so beautiful that I actually was able to have her with her auntie, both her aunties in the same room. And we could celebrate, have a moment of celebration for her mom that just passed away. And when we arrived, they were already kind of tearing up and grieving, because the pain is there. The pain is still pretty raw, and it's there. And right away, Katy established, we're not here to take away your grief. I mean, this is your moment. This is your time. So grieve in any way that you want to. However, it's just for this tiny moment. Why not just have a sense of cheer,
Right.
and not be burdened down by some heavy emotions that we can
remember the good.
Remember the good. Yeah, exactly. Remember the good. So Katy, of course, in all her wonderful joy embodiment, pulled out the balloons, the kazoos, the red noses, and the hats. Miss Mary, she was a hat lady. She wore a spectacular hat for every Sunday church service. So we put on our hats as well too, in memory of her. And it was so funny because Katy, you offered a blue balloon. It was a flower balloon. She made these flower balloons, and it's like, you know what? Maybe we're feeling a little bit blue, and here's a blue balloon. And sure enough, it popped. And Katie's a professionally trained balloon artist, and so it's very rare that her balloons would pop. But here you are with the spirit and with Miss Mary having a say, like, no, don't be blue on my account.
Yeah.
And every color we pulled out, it would pop.
Until we got her favorite colors.
And what were her favorite colors? Do you remember?
White and gold.
White and gold. White and gold were her signature colors. And we finally made that type of balloon flower, and it stayed. So the daughter, the family has something to remember her by now.
Yeah.
And I was just saying to them, like, it could be Spirit, it could be Miss Mary, but
that's right.
It was so funny.
Right. I mean, it's all timing, right? And paying attention and seeing what happens in the moment. That's half of it. Just being aware.
Just being aware. And then we played some songs that we thought they would appreciate, like Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And we were
Otis Redding, humming
to that with the kazoos.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was just a very beautiful visit. And I'm so glad that was part of our play date.
Yes.
Yeah. Part of our play date. And so this time around on the Tour of Joy, I mean, we got to see a whole different side of this mission of Katy being lived out. We went from, spontaneous, greeting strangers in the street to now just having a real intimate moment. Joy can happen in your backyard, and being able to reach out to just a neighbor in need, a very dear neighbor in need. And so I was happy to make the introductions of Joy First Foundation and to this grieving family.
Yes.
And you know what? They were on their way. So they were on their way getting ready for an appointment with the funeral home and speak with the funeral director, because now we have to make plans for how do we want the celebration.
How do they want their funeral celebration to go?
How do they want the funeral celebration to go? And so I hope that the time that we had together maybe gave them a shift in perspective.
I hope so too. I hope that it's up to them. But celebrating life is more uplifting, I think. But it's not mine. So I leave it to them to decide how they need to spend the moment.
Exactly.
At the funeral.
And perhaps even just going into the appointment without feeling like mournful. Right. That they could have a little bit of, gosh, like, Miss Mary had a full life, and she was there for family, and they could share in those wonderful memories that they have. And one of the stories, we went around the room and asked them, can you share a favorite memory or favorite story of Miss Mary? And the one memory that stood out was that there was a family vacation with 4 generations. So 4 generations together on a family vacation. And of course, the kids pulled out their bingo and board games and Twister. And sure enough, Miss Mary was right there with them the entire night, up until midnight, playing bingo and having a great old time. And so that was just a very treasured story and memory.
Yes.
That I hope that they will keep with them in this time of their sadness.
Yes.
And remember their grandmother that way. So I don't know about you, Katy, but the year with Level 1 Humor Academy has really changed my whole life.
Oh, it's been incredible. It was part of my tunnel of joy during COVID, joining AATH and other organizations that were internationally connected so that I could raise my vibration and be more positive during these difficult times. And it stuck because I'm still doing it.
And you're still doing it. And we so appreciate you for doing it because there's just no, I mean, you're living it out. You are living out um, your mission. I think it's so beautiful. I mean, like, you've gotten this amazing van now.
Right. The Joy Mobile.
The Joy Mobile. And you're totally self sufficient.
Yes.
Hooray for that. And all the lessons you've had to learn as a result of being on the road and being able to connect with all these different groups that are welcoming for people who are nomadic. I call her digital nomad because she's always doing amazing videos and different multimedia segments on the road as well too. So it's a lot of fun to follow Katy BEE and her adventures. I asked her, how do you store everything? Oh, she's got terabytes and terabytes.
Yes.
Stored away.
Oh yeah. Just footage will be coming for quite a while because I've been collecting footage for a year and a half. Now it's time to show.
And I think what really has impacted me is that, I don't have to reserve humor. I used to think like I couldn't show fully up as myself, humorous, joyful person, because I was often told I was too much or it wasn't right or something. But now that I've just been able to embrace my humor, like, you know what, this is who Olivia is. And
Right.
I love to have other people smile. And when I wear my hard glasses, people often comment to me, wow, you just seem to radiate love and you just seem to, be exactly who you are as a heart-centered entrepreneur and leader. And so that really means a lot to me that I've been able to, through the Humor Academy, been able to embrace that. So it's become more than just my persona, but really an embodiment of how I want to live. And so um, it's been an incredible first year, and this is a 3-year program. So we're committed. We're going all the way, right, Katy?
Yeah, we are.
All the way.
All the way.
All the way. We are committed for the next 2 more years because we want to graduate with a chip.
Yes, we want to be a certified humor professional.
Yes, that's what chip means for. Not a chip on our shoulder, but we want to be chippers. So year 2 is going to be so amazing. I can't wait. We're going to dive deep into our projects. You've already had a head start.
Oh, maybe. You too, though.
You've got a head start on all of us with your humor project.
Also, I just want to say, don't forget to check out Laughbox, which is the AATH podcast, which I'm a co-host of, and she's been on it a couple times, and we'll be on it again, undoubtedly. Laughbox.aath.org, podcast, humor, healing with humor, daily life with humor, find your solution with humor. Fabulous. It's been going on for many more years than I've been involved with it. We have to give credit to Chip Lutz for that, and we do.
Yeah.
So check that out. If you're driving, you want something to listen to, laughbox.aath.org.
Exactly. So thank you to the amazing Chip Lutz who started that, and then Jim Bob. So big shout out to Jim Bob and Katy BEE for taking over the reins, so to speak, and keeping it going. Because if you are wanting just to immerse yourself with some amazing folks in the humor world, that is a great resource to tap into to maybe feel that there is someone that you can identify and relate with. So I mean, I have to say, the Humor Association is for everybody. So everybody in whatever profession you are, in whatever stage of life you are, if you're looking just to have a better understanding of how humor can have such a big impact in your personal professional life, please do visit the website and come to our conferences. Our next one is in 2 weeks away. There's still time to join. You can still join us.
And you can join the Humor Academy up to the 26th of April.
It is the most fun you'll ever have at a conference. I truly believe that.
Yes.
I mean, where else can you show up as
the love,
fully yourself in costumes? I was so funny. We get to wear pajamas one day.
We did. Yep.
At a conference.
Yep.
So that's just one of the perks, And then if you're looking just to up-level your professional certification, I really recommend that you look into the Humor Academy and what it can do for you and getting your certification as a humor professional. Hey, Nicole, I haven't seen you for a while, so yay! Thank you for watching. Love the ears. Yes, these are Mickey Mouse ears all the way from Orlando. I can't wait to see what ears I'll pick up in Mesa, Arizona. The theme for our conference this year in Arizona is going to be around digging for funny bones, all about the archaeological dig and dinosaurs, etc. So you might see me with dinosaur ears next. Awesome. So as we wrap this up, I just want to give a big shout out, having this moment to celebrate all that is with AATH. I'm so happy it came into my life, the Association for Applied Therapeutic Humor. I encourage you all to visit this amazing nonprofit and maybe support them any way that you can. And then follow me for more as I explore my Humor Academy journey. And I can't wait to see my fellow cohorts in a few weeks' time. There's so many people I can't wait to give a big hug to because we've been meeting online through Zoom, and it's going to be spectacular to celebrate and graduate. Yay! Graduate from level one and stepping into level two. And having these play dates, having these
Graduation.
moments of joy is just so uplifting, and it breaks up my, you know, normal routine in a weekday. So it's so awesome to be able to have this time and to have friends coming to visit. So if you're ever in Jacksonville, please look me up. I would love to host you and have a play date as well. And of course, I just, yeah, I'm just.
Thank you.
Sometimes you just need a friend to remind you to take a break, and I really,
kazoo break.
you came
You
came
whine.
at the right moment, when I was just going at it and I needed a break.
You can argue, you can whine, you can discuss, you can cry, you can laugh. With the kazoo, you can do it all.
Check out her kazoo. I mean, it's a golden kazoo. How fancy is that?
You want to do fancy, you can get a replaceable filter so your kazoo is always working.
So stay tuned for more as we go live again in Mesa, Arizona.
Yes.
Yay! All right, everyone. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.